This is the top fruit to put more stem cells in circulation. Let's talk about it. Hello, I am Christian Drapeau. I'm a stem cell scientist and herbalist and author of the book Cracking the Stem Cell Code. So this is sea buckthorn berry. About something like 8 years ago, I was working with biochemists from China, and I asked them, you're lost on an island and you can only bring one plant out of the entire Chinese pharmacopoeia. What would it be? And they all three said sea buckthorn berry. And it just piqued my interest to no end. I started to dig in the scientific literature because I'm looking for plants that could have an effect on stem cells. So I started to dig in the scientific literature, and I found some really cool stuff about sea buckthorn berry. First, from a medical standpoint, it is part of traditional Chinese medicine, Mongolian medicine, Tibetan medicine, where it has been used for more than 2,000 years for diseases of the lung, of the heart, the cardiovascular system, the pancreas, and to help people repair faster from things like bone fracture or burn to the skin. So when I see all these different impacts touching different aspects of human health, it's telling me that probably there's an effect on stem cells. But along the way, what I discovered also something absolutely amazing is that the scientific name of sea buckthorn is Hippophae. Hippo means horse and phae means light. It means shining horse. And it's very rare in the world of plants that you have the name of a plant that has been called based on its health properties. And it comes from Alexander the Great when he was going through his conquest in Western China. At some point, he abandoned a bunch of horses wounded in battles, led them in a field of sea buckthorn berry. And when he came back a few weeks later, he found a herd of horses that were vibrant, full of energy, and they had a shiny coat. And a shiny coat for a horse is a sign of health. So the berry was called shining horse. And then from there, they brought back Alexander the Great, and the soldiers brought back sea buckthorn berry that was growing at super high altitude, brought it back in Greece. So now it's everywhere in Europe, even in America. But the source of it is the Himalayas, super high altitude in that region of the world. And when it grows at high altitude, it has a specific biochemistry and it has a lot of health properties. And one of its health properties is that it triggers the release of your own stem cells. Within about an hour or two of consumption, you will have about 40% more stem cells in circulation. And an extract of sea buckthorn berry that we have developed and we documented its effect on stem cells, that ingredient, that extract is present in StemRegen.